and welcome to our community. Susie Thomas here with you this morning. We are excited to have Julie Schultz and Natalia, part of an international exchange program. Julie, first of all, good morning.
Good morning, Susie. It's a pleasure to be here.
And happy to have you. And first of all, tell us, what international exchange program are we talking about here?
Okay, the name of the organization is NASAL Open Door Student Exchange.
And how did you become involved with this?
It was one of those situations where I know someone who knows everybody, and she would be a great person to find wonderful families for the students that want to come over and experience a year of American high school. I was that person, and so I've been doing it for about 5 years, and it's been very interesting. It's never a dull moment.
What have you learned about NASAL Open Door as an organization?
I haven't really studied up on the organization itself, aside from the fact that I believe it originated in France, and the American side came in maybe in the 60s or 70s. So it has been around for
a good amount of time.
Not as long as I've been around.
Yes, right. But from your perspective, what have you learned about them? How are they to work with and so forth, and how does it work?
I don't have any other exchange organization to compare it with, but I feel that it is a good organization to work for. They take care of their representatives and their coordinators. There's a lot of counseling support. Sometimes we do have situations where families and students need to have a little bit of sit-down roundtable discussion to make the relationship work better. And NASAL Open Door has excellent programs to help with any type of situation regarding the families and the students.
I think a lot of people think this would be fun to do, but might have some hesitation for one reason or another. Can you calm their fears?
A lot of people think that they can't do this because they don't think they can offer the student enough of a life here.
An American experience?
Yes, an awful lot of families don't think that they can offer the student a good, true, bona fide American experience. And I've had 15 students live with me from 11 different countries.
Wow.
And I work 3 businesses, 3 jobs. I'm home a lot, but I'm not able to toss the exchange student in the car and say, hey, we're running away for the weekend, because I work weekends too. And I feel just having them experience America the way my America is.
Right.
I've never had any students say, that was boring.
I'm sure life with you, that would not be one of the things that anybody complained about. It would not be boring.
You're right, Susie. It's not boring. And if I ever have a student that says, I'm bored, I don't know what to do, I'm not quite sure what I would do to them.
Yes. Well, tell us some of the things that you have done with exchange students over the years.
Oh, goodness. I've taken them to community plays, community concerts. Maybe we can introduce Natalia onto the show, and she can tell what she's done. And then another thing, since I don't have a whole lot of time, I find families want to spend time with the students that I'm hosting.
Yes.
And they'll take the students places.
Absolutely. You bring them into the community, and then it kind of...
And then I let them loose. Yeah.
Yes, and the village sort of surrounds you and helps
Exactly.
out. Natalia, that you are the next thing I want to do is bring you in and talk to you about your experience. Tell us a little bit about life with Julie Schultz.
It's just life in America is very different from Finland, where I'm from. And just, it's very different. Julie is a really good host mom. Like, it doesn't really matter how, if you're just a normal family, you can just still give the give a good American experience because just being here is so much different from any other country, like the high school and the people here. Like everything's different.
Tell us a little bit about your high school at home and your life at home.
My high school in Finland, we have like a block schedule. That's the biggest thing I have because in here every day is the same. So the school's very different, and my schools, they're about the same size here and in Finland. So there's like not much change there. But just the school days, they're different.
How different in what ways?
Like in Finland, I have a block schedule, so my every day is basically different. I have different classes at different time of the day. And here in America, I have like environmental science every morning. So like that's the biggest thing that's different.
What about your hometown that you come from? How compare what might be similar to here and what might be a little different than here?
Well, I'm from Helsinki, which is the capital of Finland.
Oh my, so much bigger.
Yeah, so I live in like basically the middle of a city that has over 1 million people living in it. So like New Philadelphia compared to that is a very small town. And it's more calm here, but it's still nice. Like the difference is they make it nice.
Did you request to live in a small town, small American town, or were you not concerned about where they would send you?
I wasn't concerned. I didn't make any requests.
And so you landed in New Philadelphia.
Yes.
And you've gotten to be familiar with Amish country and a very different pace here, haven't you? What in the ways of food have you discovered here? Anything you like?
I like American food. Like, I like...
What is American food? Because everybody who lives in America is from somewhere else. So we have all kinds of dishes, but they might be from our Italian background or our Lebanese background or, or our Finnish background. It's hard to say what would be an American dish. Hamburgers? I don't know.
I think hamburgers, hot dogs.
Okay.
And Natalia's absolutely crazy about hamburgers, and she has been enjoying those here.
Any place that you liked getting them? Have you found any fast food restaurants here that you really liked?
I like almost every fast food restaurant there is. Chick-fil-A is my favorite, I think.
Yeah, they would love to know that. It is so good. Do you have Chick-fil-A in Finland?
No, we don't have Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Well,
they do have Wendy's, though.
Do you?
And
no,
McDonald's. You don't have Wendy's?
We have McDonald's and Burger King.
Okay, McDonald's and Burger King
and
are
Subway.
Yes, and Subway.
And are they popular in other countries?
Yes, like McDonald's is everywhere.
Okay. Do you have Starbucks?
Yeah, Starbucks is pretty much everywhere too.
Yeah. Well, that I figured. Yeah, every corner must have a Starbucks. What has surprised you when you had in your mind what it would be like to go to the United States? What's been what you expected and what has been nothing like you expected?
I was mostly thinking of the school spirit. Like there's so many American high school movies where you see the school spirit and everybody going crazy at football games, and that's pretty much the same. Like,
and you did see it.
Yeah, I did see it.
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. And particularly some of the high schools you would have observed, there is tremendous school spirit.
Yes.
So we are a lot like a high school movie.
Yeah. It is a lot like but in a good way. Like the high school spirit, it's great. Because in Finland, we don't really have that kind of high school spirit. So it's nice to see it here.
What did you find was completely different than what you expected?
I'm not sure about that. Because I didn't have so many expectations when I came here. It's good to have like an open mind. So I was just looking forward for the school spirit, and that's that's what happened.
And
That's what I
this
found
was
here.
your first trip to the United States?
Yes, first time in the United
Do you
States.
like to come back sometime?
I would like to come back, yes.
And how about making friends here? I'm sure it's difficult to leave. You'll be leaving in a week or so. And have you made some great friends?
Yeah, I have. And it's going to be sad, like, leaving everyone. But we can still stay in touch, like, messaging and stuff. But it's just sad to leave here because you don't know when you're going to see your friends again. Because when you leave from your home country, you know that in 10 months or so, you're going to see all of your friends and family again. But then when you make good friends and you get a new family here in America, leaving gets harder because you don't know that you're going to see them in 10 months or so. You don't know when you're going to see them again.
Your English is wonderful.
Thank
Do
you.
you learn that back home?
Yes, I studied English for 7 years before I came here. So it's mandatory in Finland to study English.
Can't imagine being your age and having the courage to fly to another country, go to a school where I know no one, where they speak not my first language. Tell me about you. Wow, what makes you tick, Natalia? That is very courageous of you.
The start is pretty hard, but my older sister was an exchange student like 6 or so years ago, and then when she left, I was like, that's so cool. I want to spend a year in America too. And here I am, spending my year. So that was like my biggest motivation to come here. That's why I originally wanted to come. And it was just taking the first step, like finding a program where you can get to America. And after that, it's not so scary for a while. It's just exciting.
What was it about coming to America, other than the fact that your sister had done it and it seemed cool? What was it about coming to America that seemed fun to you?
Just America, there's so many TV shows and everything about America. So, like, you see the culture, but then I just wanted to see if it actually is like that.
Yeah.
Like, to really learn the American culture. And then when you look at the TV shows, you can be like, I've been there, to all of your friends.
Yes. But that makes me nervous because I'm thinking, Julie, think about the TV shows. And I don't think when writers are writing a television show, they're thinking this is representing our country to the entire world. They're just trying to make us laugh or shock us or make us cry or for whatever, entertain us. I don't think about, and I wonder if they think about the fact that this is the perception that other people have of Americans. Can you talk about that?
Maybe if you go to a PBS channel, they might care.
Yeah.
but if you're going with mainstream TV, it's just all about the dollar.
Yikes.
Which is really, really kind of sad. But I think that the exchange I've watched a lot of movies about Italy because that's the only place out of North America that I've been to. Mm-hmm. And I feel that it was fairly accurate.
Yes, okay.
But I think with Hollywood being in our country, it's just all pretty skewed. It just isn't. And I think the other countries realize that it's TV, it's not real. It's Hollywood, it's not real.
Mm-hmm. We're speaking with Julie Schultz and Natalia from Finland. They're involved with an international student exchange program called NACEL, Open Door. Been around a long time. And Julie, you've been doing this for how long?
I started in July of 2011. And I found homes for, maybe 60 students.
And you've yourself
and
hosted.
I have hosted about 15 students from 11 different countries.
Wow.
And I could talk your leg off of how much it's broadened my horizons.
I'm going to let you talk my leg off right after these words. We need to take a short break. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Our Community.